Hey everyone, Sam and Chris from Wyvern Kodiak. We're here checking out the Kubey Verijero? Yeah, I'm going to probably butcher this name pretty bad throughout this show, and forgive me to anybody that might think that I'm making fun of or anything. I just genuinely don't know how to pronounce this. So, Verijero. This was loaned to us by Fred the Lug. Fred, thank you for loaning us this, as well as some of the other knives that you have graciously loaned us to check out. We definitely appreciate it. Before we get started, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Check out some of the other videos we've got on the channel. So the Kubey Verijero is a pretty nice knife overall, as far as the fit and finish goes on this. I mean, there's a few little quirky things that I'm finding, but all in all, I mean, it's nice titanium scales on it. It's got good finish on the blade, frame lock. The clip here, it's springy. Let me check here. And yeah, I one-handed in and out of the pocket. It's probably a little bit loose. As you can see, it's not pushed down against the body here. So I'm sure from use, it's probably taken a small bend to it. You could probably push that back in position. So I would say that the clip is probably pretty adequate. So let's take a look at this thing. So this is a 14C28M blade. Looks like it's black stonewash, has a nice edge on it, which Kubey definitely does. Really nice edges on their knives for the most part. And it comes in almost like it drops to a clip point. So kind of a different shape there, which is cool. Action drops to the nail, one shake closed. Pretty easy deployment. Although I will say that it seemed like Chris was having an issue with it. He may just be pushing on the lock bar. You know, our hands ergonomically are a little bit different, so not everything that works for me works for him, and vice versa. Front flipper works good. I think I would like to see the front flipper sit a little higher. As you can see, it sits about flush with the top of the scale here. And typically, if you get just a couple millimeters higher than the top of the frame there, when you're flipping it, you'll have a little bit of a fulcrum to get some momentum going. The other thing I would say is if they rounded this edge off over here, it would make your finger naturally roll over the top, and that would make things a lot easier for the front flipper as well. That being said, it is not an impossible front flipper. It works. So nothing mind-blowingly difficult to overcome. Let's do a size comparison here. We'll bring out the trusty Benchmade bug out and the also trusty Spyderco PM2. And we're looking at just about bug out size, maybe slightly larger than the bug out, but not by much, millimeter or two. And then let's open these things up. Let's take a look at what they look like from open position. And the story remains the same. You're looking at really a bug out size knife, maybe a millimeter or two bigger, and then PM2 is just definitely, you know, 3/4 of an inch, half an inch, 3/4 of an inch bigger than that. So, you know, this is not a comparable knife size-wise to it. Ergos in hand. 4-finger grip, white knuckling. I'm getting a little bit of a hot spot from that clip. The front bend over here is catching me a little bit, but it's nothing horrible. I think I could easily use this knife all day, and I don't think it would be an issue here for me. Yeah, it's a comfortable grip overall. Because the bottom over here, the front of the scale is flat, I can get up. I can get up further here to kind of choke up on that knife and get into. You know, if I was torquing down a little bit to push down on some boxes, some thick cardboard or something like that, I think I can do that no problem here. You know, get a good pinch grip on here. Again, no problem. I think it's very adequate as far as the ergonomics go on it. Action, again, like I said, is really, really good on this. It's not got much stick or anything like that. It drops to the nail, and then one shake gets that thing closed. So all in all, very comfortable knife. It is 3.35 inch blade. It is a 7.87 inch knife overall, and it weighs 3.92 ounces. And I mentioned before, this one comes in 14C 28N. Chris, do you have anything to add to this?
No, Sam. I'll wait for my final thoughts before commenting on this one.
Okay.
So, Sam, final thoughts on the Kubey
Verijero.
I had to look up the translation, and it says that it is a belt knife or a groin knife. That misses the mark for me in both places.
Yeah, if I was a cowboy, that would not be the knife that I chose.
Yeah.
And it is not a belt knife, nor a groin knife, nor does it fit the profile of the small knife that they're referring to, that gauchos would typically carry. So you're correct on all fronts on that.
I will say I do not have a groin knife in my collection, however.
Nope, so I think we're going to have to look for one.
That's something I have to look up. So my final thoughts on this one is I can only use the front flipper. I know you can use the window, but I just can't get in there and do it. It's not good for me. I don't like the way this really fits in my hand. It misses on the fidget factor for me. It's not, I guess, not uncomfortable. You know, a couple small hot spots on it. You know, there's some of these corners, etc.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Kubey. I've had, played with several of their knives that I thought, felt really good. And I don't think that they did a poor job on this. I think more so it just isn't for me. And just construction-wise, the materials are good. It's put together really well. And looking for other positive things to say, I bet it's hypoallergenic.
Oh, give me the knife. If there's one thing I've learned as a designer and as a business is that not every one of your designs is going to hit the mark for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think this is a case for Kubey where this doesn't hit the mark for everybody. I'm sure there are people that love this knife, and that's great. I don't terribly dislike the knife. I can't say I'm in love with the knife, but for me, it's easy to fidget. It's pretty comfortable. It's constructed well. I think there are some things that I would rather have seen it done a little bit differently. I think I would have rather seen some more jimping out here, jimping go over the top of this. I would have liked to see the flipper tab go a little higher. I think that I would have chosen a different clip on this because it creates a hot spot. The ergonomics on it, as Chris said, there's some edges over here that can be rounded out a little bit better and things like that. But it's a 14C28N knife. Yes, it has titanium scales, so they kind of went half premium, half budget.
But Sam, it's $125, and in that price category, I think
I'm expecting more.
Others. Yeah.
I'm expecting more at 125.
Yeah. Okay,
for $75 to $85, I think this knife is probably right there. I think when you get to $125, that is a pretty big ask for what you're getting out of this. Titanium scales is not going to dictate 3 digits on the price when you're still giving me budget steel on the blade. And
a steel
clip. Steel clip. So it's, again, overall, it's not a terrible knife, but this isn't a great knife. This is going to be one of those things where put it in your hand, you're either going to like it or you're not going to like it. I don't know that there's far too many in betweens with it. So,
oh, that was a big miss.
Yeah, well, you know, again, we can't always be perfect, Chris. I'm sorry we're not all fitting into your realm of perfection, sir.
It wasn't you. It was the knife. Like that's...
I don't think the knife was...
a terrible knife.
I don't think it's a terrible knife. I'm just saying. I think that it can be done. I think it can be used. I think it can be a good knife for different purposes and needs, but I just don't think it's a fit for everybody's hands. And for our hands, this doesn't work well.
You know, if I found this laying on the ground during the apocalypse, I would pick it up. I'd be happy to have it then. But again, and
you are such a drama queen.
And I'm mostly giving just a hard time. But they did some things well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, you know, they've milled it out. They've tried to make it a little bit lighter. They've done some things, but again, at this price point, I expect more to be delivered. And you know, those are my final thoughts. So I would say I would not recommend this. I'm sure that you have a spot where you would.
Secondary market, or if you can find a discount code big enough to make it logical to pay for the knife, if you can get it on sale or something and you can get it into that $75 to $85 range and it's comfortable for you, sure, I think it's a buy. I think if you don't, at $125, it's not a buy for me. So those are my thoughts on that.
What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear your comments. If you've used this knife, others like it, you know, please let us know how you feel.
Yeah. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.